guys, it's Carol. How are ya? I've just come in from getting groceries, a grocery order at Walmart. I've got French bread mixed up. I hope it turns out good. I really hope so. This is the second time I've tried to make French bread. You know my memory. I couldn't even remember the first time. Casey just got through telling me that I made French bread and spaghetti in the summer.
I think so.
And it was horrible. I don't even remember it, but we're trying it again. Anyway, the bread is rising. So I'm going to show you what we got at the grocery store just so I'll have something to do a video about. Casey wanted these. New subs. Casey's my daughter. She lives upstairs in her own apartment. We both live in a low-income apartment complex. And we share groceries and cook and share food. So it's cheaper for us to do it that way. I got some Lysol. It's not Lysol, it's Great Value brand, but disinfectant spray. And I got some melatonin. I had a phone appointment with my caseworker, and we talked about me. I just have to get myself straightened out. One of you said I don't look something, or I look okay or something. I don't do videos when I'm not okay. Why I don't do a video every day. I have got to get myself put together like a functioning normal person. Anyway, we talked about my sleep problem. She told me, oh, there's one of those pesky phone calls. I still get those robocalls all the time. Oh, Toby wants me to throw his ball. Anyway, she told me that she has a time release melatonin. I couldn't find that, but I got fast dissolve melatonin. I had just regular melatonin, and it made me have bad dreams. But Casey uses this fast dissolve, and she gave me one of hers, and it didn't make me have bad dreams, so I got me some of that. I am going to get myself straightened out. Anyway, we got potatoes. We are going to make lasagna next week. New subs, if you go up to my playlist and go down, there's recipes used in my videos. I've got one for lasagna that I think is excellent. One of my subs made it and told me she thought it was really, really good too. Best she ever had. Anyway, we put cottage cheese in it. So there's cottage cheese for that. Grated Parmesan. Mozzarella. Some more Parmesan. Some more mozzarella. We'll freeze what we don't actually use. And then, because I'm making French bread today and it makes 2 loaves, I ordered pizza blend cheese, and I'm going to make French bread pizzas. Here's my pepperoni for our pizzas. And, oh my gosh, this is parsley. In my lasagna, actually it's my sister's recipe, I've always put dried minced parsley. I'm going to stick in here what that stuff cost per ounce. You won't believe it. I'm going to stop this and stick that in. $10.24 an ounce. That would be $163.84 for a pound. I would have paid $1 for this Great Value brand parsley flakes, but they were out of it, so I couldn't get it. But still, at $2.50 an ounce, that is $40 a pound. Well, I decided maybe I could just use fresh. Would that be okay? We'll give it a try. And then I want to make stuffed pepper soup. And I needed, there's not a green pepper in there. It was supposed to be green, yellow, orange. I've got some green pepper in my freezer I'll use. Anyway, I'll chop these up. What I don't use in my, for my pizza, to put on top of my pizza, or in the stuffed pepper soup, I will freeze, because we always have bell pepper in the freezer because we use it in a lot of things. Okay. I got 1 pound of ground beef to make that soup. I already have ground beef for the lasagna for next week. And this is 80% lean, 20% fat, and I think it was $4.19 a pound. I'll have to look. I'll go back and put prices in here. And then, I needed tomato sauce for the soup, the stuffed pepper soup, and for the lasagna. Tomato paste for the lasagna. Stewed tomatoes for the lasagna. Some more stewed tomatoes. Casey's handed me another bag. Italian seasoning, because I could not find my Italian seasoning. Oh, you know that stuff I made the other day, that dreamsicle salad? We all loved that. Of course, it's unhealthy and sugary. Of course we loved it. Taylor wanted me to make one in cherry flavor, so I'm going to try it. I got some cherry Jell-O. I did not get any Cool Whip. An 8-ounce carton of Cool Whip where I live is $1.98. I always buy the Great Value brand anyway, which is much cheaper. They didn't have any at 2 Walmarts, so I hope I've got some in the freezer. Anyway, this is Ragu spaghetti sauce. This is Great Value pizza sauce for my French bread pizzas. Sliced black olives for my French bread pizza. Some more tomato sauce. Some more petite diced tomatoes. That's for this soup. Casey doesn't think she'll like this stuffed pepper soup because it sounds like just hamburger meat and tomatoes, but I was going to half the recipe. It called for 2 pounds of meat. I was going to make it with just 1 pound. Now I think I'll make it with just half a pound till we see if we like it or not. Some more tomatoes, and that's it. So now I'm going to go see if our bread has risen enough that I can do the next step. I so hope it's good. It smells good, huh, Casey? Mm-hmm. I'll be back. For my new subs, when I said I just have to become a functioning person, I have major depressive disorder. Been on medication and under psychiatrist care for decades, and I still just struggle with it. Although this Christmas season has been better than most. I've done well with depression, sort of, but there are days when I stay in bed all day. Since Christmas, I've probably stayed in bed all day long, more days than not. I just can't function, and I rest, so the days I have my grandchildren, I can do stuff with them. They're just now doing school again. So while over Christmas break, we had marathon game playing days. We would start playing games at 9 o'clock and see how many different games we could play before lunchtime. I had a ball with them. I love to play games, and they do too. Taylor especially does. So, and my grandson will play games with us if we tell him you have to play games with us. He wants to stay on his phone. You know how kids and phones are, and grandmas with phones. That's another one of my big problems. I get really anxiety filled, and so to calm myself down, I take an L-theanine. I'm not giving medical advice. I'm just telling you what I do. I get me a Coke, which probably is just sugar and unhealthy for me, and I get on my phone and I go to AARP and I play Bubble Dragons, and I play Mahjong, and then I play Words with Friends, and those things help me calm myself down. But I will play them for hours. I've got to stop doing that. I can't play games for hours on my phone. I guess Rhett takes after Grandma, because he can play games for hours on his phone too, if anybody lets him. Anyway, when I say I've got to pull myself together, I really mean I've got to pull myself together. But today, I'm doing pretty good. I've got that bread going. I so hope it turns out. I'm going to go see if it's ready for the next step. Good morning, people. This is Carol. I'm going to try to make French bread today. I'm going by a recipe I found on Pinterest. I'll put the lady's website down in the description along with the recipe. Anyway, it says take 2 cups warm water, 1 tablespoon yeast, and 2.5 teaspoons of sugar. Mix those together and let them sit for 5 minutes. So that's what I'm doing. I've got my flour here measured out. My mixer's ready to go. And the next thing it says is stir 2 cups of flour and 2.5 teaspoons of salt, yikes, together, and then add the yeast. Then you knead in 1/2 cup of flour until smooth but not sticky. Add more flour as needed in 1/2 cup increments. And then your dough should be ready to rise. So just a second. Here we're mixing in the yeast, water, sugar mixture. I forgot to put the guard on. Okay, the directions said do that until it's smooth but not sticky, and then rub olive oil around the dough ball in a bowl, and then cover it with a towel and let it rest 15 to 30 minutes, up to 1 hour if you have time. So Casey's getting the olive oil. We're going to rub over the top, cover it with a towel, and run to Walmart to pick up an order of groceries. This is what it looks like with the oil brushed on it, and now I'm going to cover it with the towel and let it rise while we run to Walmart. I don't know that this rised until double, but it's had plenty of time to rise if it was going to. So I'm going on to the next step, which says turn your dough out onto a well-floured surface and divide in half. Roll 1/2 into a rectangle and then roll it into a cylinder. Turn both ends in and pinch the seams closed around the edges and place on a baking sheet. So I'm going to do that. Casey left. I don't have anybody to film me, and my tripod just isn't tall enough, and I don't have any place to put it. So I'm just going to take snapshots. So don't leave. The directions didn't say to knead it, but I love to knead bread, so I did it anyway. 50 years ago, when my mother-in-law was trying to teach me how to make bread, she told me knead it until it's smooth as a baby's bottom. I've never forgotten that. But anyway, I like to knead it, so I'm going to knead it a little bit. Then I'm going to make that rectangle. Okay, I don't know if this is what it's supposed to look like. I thought it was going to be much larger than this. My daughter got me a rolling pin for Christmas because when she was here making cinnamon rolls, I gave her a glass to roll things out with. Anyway, so you can see it's the size of this rolling pin. Okay, I'm going to put that on a silicone mat on a cookie sheet, cover it with a towel, and let it rise for another 30 to 60 minutes. This is the other half of the dough. I hope all that kneading I did doesn't make it tough. I'm not an experienced bread maker. Those of you that make bread, tell me if I'm really messing up. This is as close to a rectangular as I can get it. Now I'm going to, roll it in a cylinder, put it on my cookie sheet with a silicone mat. I love these silicone mats. Got them from Amazon, really cheap. I love them. Anyway, this is the other one to let me know if all that kneading is going to mess my bread up. Before you let it rise, this time you're supposed to make 3 diagonal cuts in the top. I have no idea why, but that's what French bread looks like, so I did it. Okay, it said to put an egg wash on top of it. At the price of eggs, I didn't want to do that in case the bread wasn't any good, so I melted some butter and put on there. I don't know that this is going to be edible. It doesn't look very good to me. It's supposed to sound hollow. I don't know if that's hollow, but see, the bottom got really... This oven, I should never bake anything here. I'm going to take everything to Casey's to bake from now on. This oven just does not work right. But anyway, that's what it looks like. I'm going to slice it, and I'll let you know what it tastes like. We're having clean out the fridge day. We're having potato salad, baked beans, green beans, yellow squash, shredded barbecue chicken. Did I say potato salad? And bread. I'll let you know what it tastes like. It was not the best, honestly. The inside was so dense and heavy. I don't know what I did. So any of you out there that make bread, tell me what I did wrong. Tell me what I should do next time. It was, the crust was crusty and the inside was soft, sort of, but so dense and heavy. But I ate it. All right, guys. See you tomorrow.